Namaste, beautiful yogis. Welcome to a core vinyasa yoga practice. Level 2. Let's begin at the front of our mats. Close your eyes, open the palms of the hands forward, open the chest, open the heart, grounding through the feet. Taking a moment to appreciate the stillness of the now. Deepening the breath, connecting with the core, establishing connection with the pelvic floor, Mula Bandha. Inhale the hands over the head, lift. Extend the tailbone down. And reach over to one side, hands clasping, changing sides. Stretching the obliques, back to center. Exhale, hands on the ground or on your shin bones. Inhale, look ahead of you, flat back. Step back into plank. Press the heels away from you, pull the belly in, Mula Bandha. Chaturanga, upward facing dog. And you can rock your hips here side to side. Back to Chaturanga, exhale, downward facing dog. Drawing the navel in towards the spine, spread the fingers wide open. Inhale the right leg up. And come into one-legged plank, right knee to right elbow, and press it back into one-legged downward facing dog. One more time, right knee to right elbow, Chaturanga, and press it back. And again, from one-legged downward facing dog, you will look ahead of you, bend the elbows for Chaturanga, bring the knee over your elbows and press it back. And we'll go one more time. And one last time. Pull the belly in and press it back strong. And this time you can step your foot between your hands and come up high lunge. Left hand on the ground, spin the right arm up, twist. And look down, bring both hands on the ground 5 times, step in the back foot, neck to the front foot, keeping the belly firm. And come back into high lunge. Reaching over the head, clasp your hands and reach over to your right. Come back to center. And holding your lunge, in a static lunge, you're gonna lower your knee 10 times. Left knee lowers towards the ground, tuck the tailbone under and move consciously. Squeeze the glutes and the hamstrings, the quadriceps. Exhale the hands on the ground. Squeeze your right knee into your chest and hold in plank. Hold, hold, hold. Press it back in plank, Chaturanga, upward facing dog. Back to Chaturanga and I exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg up. Flex the foot, square the hips, and look ahead of you, bend the arms in Chaturanga, knee over the arm and back. 2 and back. 3. This is a little bit of a different variation of this move, but I enjoyed it, so I'm introducing this variation. 4. 5. Lock between your hands, step it through high lunge, reaching over the head, and we'll bring the right hand on the inside of the left foot, spin the left arm up, twist, lunge, open the chest, and let's bring both hands on the ground and step the back foot in 5 times. And come up one more time, high lunge, clasping and reaching over to the left with both hands. And now we're gonna lower the knee 10 times. And come back to high lunge, hands on the ground. Squeeze your knee, left knee into your chest, hold plank. Hold. Lift the knee high, step it back. Plank, chaturanga, upward facing dog. Back to chaturanga and exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up, walk between your hands, bring the right knee to your left elbow in chaturanga and press it back. And again, and press it back. Bring it all the way across and back. And again. And inhale back. And bring it across. Inhale back. Exhale the foot between your hands and prepare for high lunge. Reach over your head. Nice, strong high lunge. Hands in prayer. Left elbow on the outside of the right knee. Open the chest. Bring the heart and the hands in alignment. By softening into your twist, melting into your twist. Coming out of this high lunge, and this time you can lower the knee 10 times or just hop 10 times. High lunge to a little hop, and hands on the ground. Squeeze the right knee into the upper triceps, upper right triceps, and hold, hold, hold. Back to plank, chaturanga, upward facing dog. Chaturanga, exhale, downward facing dog. Pull the belly in. Inhale the left leg up. And let's bring the left knee towards the right elbow in chaturanga. 1, 2. This is getting harder. 3, because we're not just bringing it in plank, but in some form of chaturanga. 4, which means you have to keep the knee high into your chest so it doesn't touch the floor. 5. Do your best. And step the foot through between your hands. Inhale, come up, high lunge. Hands over the head. Hands in prayer, twist. Right elbow, left knee. And really lengthen here. Feel this rejuvenating your internal organs. slowly coming out of this, hands over the head, and prepare for the hops, lunge hops, or just knee bends. Choose your variation here. And let's bring both hands on the ground. Squeeze your left knee into your left triceps and really squeeze. And step it back. Plank, chaturanga. Upward dog, chaturanga, downward facing dog. Spread the fingers wide open. Move the tongue around in your mouth, relaxing the jaw. Inhale the right leg up and come into plank. Bring the knee between your elbows. Hold in plank. Inhale all the way back into one-legged down dog, and this time bring the knee towards your inner right elbow and back. And one more time. And back. Downward dog. And again, plank, knee, and back. Move slowly and steady. One more time. Bring your knee in. Hold plank. And back. And step the foot between your hands. Come up, high lunge. Hands in prayer. Left elbow on the outside of the right knee. You can clasp here. The hands behind you. Keep lengthening to the crown of your head in this twist. Step the back foot in and come up. Standing on your left foot, hold the clasp. Revolve bird of paradise pose. And now bend the knee. And step all the way back into revolved high lunge with a clasp. Great, coming out of this into high lunge. And bend the left knee. We're gonna do a switch jump lunge here. So either move with me and do 6 of those, or you can slowly just walk back and forth. And let's bring the hands on the ground, plank, right knee into the chest, press it all the way back into one-legged downward dog, open the hip on top of the left hip, lift the knee, breathe. Feel the freedom in your body. And step it down. Inhale the left leg up, look between your hands, bring the knee between your elbows. And press it all the way back. One more time. You can even guide the knee towards the left elbow and back. One more time. Either center or left elbow and back into one-legged down dog. And again, squeeze the knee in and press it back in one-legged down dog. Last one. Squeeze it, pull the belly in. Really, how you do these reps counts, not how quickly you do them. And step the foot through between your hands into high lunge. Reach over the head. And let's bring the hands in prayer and twist. Right elbow on the outside of the left knee, and you can clasp. Of course, feel free to just stay at this stage of this pose, or you can look down and step the back foot in. Standing on the right foot, coming up into revolved bird of paradise pose. Look behind you if you can. I'm working with my balance here. slowly reverse the movement, high lunge with clasp, prayer, and reach over the head. Prepare for jump lunges, switch jump lunges, hands on the hips. Six, and hands on the ground. Step back in downward facing dog and open the hip on top of the right hip. Lift the left knee as high as you can. Lift, open, feel the freedom in your mind as well as in your hips. Step it back down. Inhale the right leg up. Step the right foot between the hands and come up, high lunge. Nice deep breath, and exhale the hands behind you, clasping, open the chest, spread the shoulders. Lower down, humble warrior. Forehead towards the ankle. Hands pressing away from the back. And lengthening away from you. Exhale, both hands on the floor, and we'll do 50 mountain climbers here. So breathe and do your own count. 50 mountain climbers. If you have to rest, rest. But try to complete the 50 reps. As I said in the beginning of the class, this is core vinyasa flow. So we'll target the core and the abs. And you can rest in downward facing dog once you're done. Plank, chaturanga, upward facing dog. Chaturanga, exhale, downward facing dog. Shake the head. Take the left leg up. Big breath in. Step the foot between the hands and come up, high lunge. Exhale the hands behind you, clasping, open the chest. Humble warrior. Lower the forehead towards the ankle. Exhale, both hands on the floor, and 50 more mountain climbers. Breathe and contract the belly, keep it firm. Spread the fingers open. You can look somewhere slightly ahead of your hands on the ground. And when you're done, press back into downward facing dog. Walk your hands back in towards your feet. Exhale, forward bend with the legs hip width apart. And slowly walk back up to the front. Inhale the right leg up and step the right foot between the hands, come up and take warrior two. Breathe, sink deep into your warrior, reverse the warrior. Lengthen, work with space and length and openness here, big strides. Straightening the lead knee here, reach back and Prepare for triangle pose. Reach way ahead of you. Tuck the tailbone under, triangle pose. Extended triangle pose. Reach way ahead of you and spin the palm of your hand down. And let's bring both hands on the floor. Lower the back knee down and stretch your hip flexors here. Hold. This pose is great for realigning the pelvis, the tailbone, the general alignment of the back spine, and hand underneath the leg. Here I'm working with a variation of an arm balance. You can do that as well. And back to chaturanga. Inhale. Upward dog and chaturanga. Exhale, downward dog. This is a strong and quick sequence, coffee cup style. Inhale the left leg up, step the left foot between the hands and come up. Warrior 2. Make sure your front knee is aligning properly with the front foot. Sinking a little deeper. Breathe. And let's reverse the warrior. Reach back, walk the right hand down the right leg, lengthen the sides. Spinning the pinky in, straighten the lead knee and reach even further up and back. And take the alignment for triangle pose. Lower down, tuck the tailbone under, triangle. Spread your toes wide, breathe. Reach way ahead of you, turn the palm of your hand down. Exhale, both hands on the ground, bring them on the inside of the left knee, lower the right knee down and stretch here. You can hold this stretch a little longer, or you can move along at the end of this stretch with the arm balance work. And moving ahead with an arm balance variation. And back to chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, and back to downward facing dog, stretching the toes here, top of your feet, and step it down in downward facing dog. Pull the belly in. This really reinforces the digestion and the appetite. And next we're going to jump the feet in plank jump and do a chaturanga in between. Try to do 5 to 10 of these combinations. So plank jump, chaturanga, plank jump, chaturanga. This is a beautiful area of LA where we're overlooking downtown LA. Once you're done with the 10 reps, you can rest in child's pose. and back into downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up, step the right foot between the hands, reach way ahead of you, and clasp the hands behind you. Now you're going to open the left shoulder up, right side of the body, right torso over the right leg, transition into clasping half moon pose. And do not get discouraged if you lose your balance. It doesn't matter. Really, practicing is all that matters. Great. And release the right hand on the ground, left arm up, hips on top of each other. Half moon pose. Bring both hands on the ground, standing half splits. And jump back. Chaturanga, upward facing dog. Back to Chaturanga, exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg up, step the left foot between the hands, reach way ahead of you. Bring the hands behind you, clasp. And transition from warrior two to half moon with the clasp behind, or any transition, finding clasping half moon pose. And release one hand on the ground, one up. Classic extended half moon pose. Both hands on the ground, standing half splits. And jump back. Chaturanga, upward facing dog. Exhale, child's pose. Come back to your breath. Inhale, coming back up to seated. And you can sit between your heels and begin to recline back, either onto your elbows or onto your back. That is if your quadriceps are quite open and the hip flexors are open and your knees are hip width apart here. Supta Virasana, reclining hero pose. Paying attention to your breath. And you can slowly come back up onto your elbows, coming up to seated. And let's grab the left foot with the hand, straighten the leg, hamstring stretch, then bring the foot on the outside of the bent right knee, Marichyasana C, twist. Either hold the twist or you can go off and finish with one more arm balance for the day. And sit back down into your twist, changing sides. You stretch the right foot and then bring the foot on the outside of the left knee, bringing the left elbow on the outside of the right knee, twist. Either hold here or bring the hands on the outside of your knee and take an arm balance. And release. Let's stack the knees on top of each other, sitting between the heels. And now we're gonna bring the right elbow underneath the left, clasping. Optional bending forward. Changing sides. Left knee over the right, left elbow underneath the right elbow. And bending forward. If you need to hold these stretches longer, do so. Otherwise, prepare yourself for a seated meditation, coming into easy seated pose, hands over the knees, shoulders back and down. Breathing comes back to normal. Just observing the breath for the next few moments, allowing everything to dissolve and allowing yourself to just observe your breath. Become extremely interested, as if it's so important to just observe your breath. Thanks for joining me today. Namaste.